stunning looks than swift.
What was that? Bangladesh is the only question that we should start with, and we will at halftime, as Shakib Al Hasan's side has been dismissed for 164 in innings that seemed like it took an eternity. There were some interruptions, there was really no flow. There was some resilience from Najmul Hussain Shanto with 89, the next highest score of 20, with only 4 batters getting to double figures. Well done to Sri Lanka and Mati Shapathi Rana, though, who puts his slingy arm up in the absence of some frontline seamers. We look back at that innings on Maruti Suzuki Arena Presents, ESPN Cricket for Matchday, powered by JBL. We'll hear from Farveez Maharoof shortly. Wasim Jaffer before that with me. Please answer the question at the top. Wasim, what was that innings from Bangladesh? How do you sum it up?
Very poor. 3-4 wickets. The kind of shots they played, especially Mohammad Naeem, he had a good opportunity. Mushfiq, the kind of shot such a senior player played. Then Mehdi Hasan, Miraz getting run out. And no partnership. They didn't stitch any good partnership even after 2-3 wickets down. So disappointing. I thought they were better than that. But you got to give credit to Sri Lanka how Shanaka managed to marshal his troops with limited resources. Especially I thought the bowling Thikshana with the new ball was a good move. We were talking about whether Shanaka will bowl himself, Pathirana. But that was a good move, a good wicket in his first over. And I thought he marshalled his troop. Even Dhananjay De Silva, I thought, bowled really, really well. And then Pathirana comes and did the job we expected him to do. He's full and straight most of the times, and I thought he bowled really well. Yeah,
excellent point. Let's take off from Wasim's point, Farveez, on Dasun Shanaka's use of his, you could say, second string bowling attack. He did so well with the use of Pathirana and Dhananjay De Silva, as well as Thikshana with the new ball. And you can carry on and give me your thoughts also about how that Bangladesh batting effort looked to you.
Yeah, I thought Dasun Shanaka marshaled his troops very well with the limited resource what he had. He was very impressive as we predicted. So we predicted Dasun Shanaka might take the new ball, but it was his master stroke bringing in Mahesh Deekshana. Mahesh Deekshana with the new ball, you can call him a swing bowler. In fact, the way he swings ball both the ways. So, and also against the 2 left-handed batters who have not faced this kind of quality international bowler, that was a master stroke by Dasun Shanaka to get the new ball with Mahesh Deekshana. And some of the shots being played, Raunak, as Wasim said, were just questionable, isn't it? Just throwing away the wickets Bangladeshi were. And then Sri Lanka strikes thrice in the first 11 overs, including the wicket of Shakib Al Hasan. That shows how well the Sri Lankan bowlers bowl. Overall, I think everyone bowled well, including Dasun Shanaka, who bowled 3 overs. I was very happy that he bowled and he picked up the prize wicket of Tawhid Hridoy, as well as how well Dhananjay De Silva bowled. I said in my pre-show that he never underestimated Dhananjay De Silva. He's a smart, canny operator, and he showed what a vital addition he is to the bowling lineup, as well as Kasun Raditha. He didn't pick up any wickets. The way he set up the innings with those steady 5 overs up front, and even in the second spell, the way he bowled is very impressive. So overall, I think Sri Lanka, full marks.
Absolutely. Rajitha didn't get wickets, but he gave us the most spicy moment of the innings. We'll come to that in a bit, the key run out of that partnership between Shanto and Mehdi Hasan. But let me just carry on from Farveez's point with Wasim to Thikshana. We were discussing what kind of role he'll play in Hasaranga's absence. Farveez makes an interesting point of him almost being a swing bowler with the new ball. Is that a unique skill set that Thikshana as a spinner has as a new ball option in white ball cricket?
He does. I think he swings the ball. Even the wicket that he got of Tanzit, it looks like, it looked like he'll probably pitch outside leg stump, but it swung in at the last minute, and that's probably the reason why he missed it. So we have seen even Mujib did that whenever he bowls with the new ball. I've seen Dhananjay De Silva do that really well when he bowls in the T20 format, when he bowls in the power play. So I think it's a skill probably he's mastered because he bowls in the T20 format also in the power play, and it's a good skill to have.
Temperamentally, Farveez, does he perform better, do you sense, or has he grown in the absence of Hasaranga? Sometimes he gets shadowed, but on a day where Hasaranga's gone for runs, we see Thikshana come to the party. Now no Hasaranga in the team and Thikshana is performing. Do you sense somewhere he's growing?
I think, to be honest, Raunak, he has grown already. It's just that he's just making a statement at the moment. He's enjoying his cricket. He's a hot shot in franchise cricket. Every franchise wants him and want to sign him up. And international cricket with the white ball setup for Sri Lanka, he's probably the best we have. So I reckon that boy where he started off, I remember 6 years ago when I used to play domestic cricket, he was thrice the size what he is at the moment. And he has lost weight, he has worked hard on his fitness, he's working for the army, he's serving the country, working for army as well as serving the country playing cricket. So a nice big story, and whenever he's been given the opportunity, he has grabbed the opportunity with both the hands. So that's impressive. And I think still the best is yet to come when it comes to my station. I know for a fact that a couple of new variations is working behind the scenes and trying to get that right before he unleashes in international cricket. So lot to look out for with my station in the future.
All right, lovely insight there from Farveez Maharoof on Mahesh Theekshana. Matisha Patirana though, as Sri Lanka look at who could possibly put their hand up in the absence of so many of their frontline seamers. Let's try and go into some insight on how Patirana worked well today. Was it just the situation that allowed him to thrive? Wasim, Bangladesh didn't really put any pressure on him, but he seemed to cause serious problems too. What was the cause for Patirana's success in this innings?
I think he's got the skill, he's got the pace also, and I think he's got a good setup today. They were 3-4 down when he came into bowl, and he bowls that back of a length. He's got those variations, bowled the short ball really well, got Mushfiq out with that, and then he bowls Yorkers. So he's got variations and he uses very smartly. And somebody to come in the middle overs, and then obviously death overs is his forte. So he does that really well.
He's made Shakib Al Hasan. He's properly beaten him there. Sometimes he gets a few lower order wickets, and you understand that bowlers like him will bowl to the tail Farveez. But that wicket off Shakib would give him a lot of pleasure, getting a batter of that caliber in the form that he did. Take me through that one.
It was a quite a strange dismissal, isn't it? Even before it hit the bat, I think it hit the glove. So I reckon Shakib Al Hasan missed probably with the action for some reason. I just felt Shakib Al Hasan missed it completely. And lately, Shakib has not been in great form. I mean, he played in the LPL, just concluded a couple of weeks ago. He did not score much runs there. And his bad form continues. And what Sri Lanka does well, when the chips are down, we spoke about in the build-up show as well, when the chips are down, when the second string, we may call it a second string, but I don't think with the way the bowlers perform, you can call them second string. This is where Sri Lankans are good at. When the backs are up against the wall, someone gets up and put their hands up. So it's good to see two of the youngsters in the team, in Matish and Mahesh Theekshana, taking their claim. And it's a great day for Sri Lanka as well as all the CSK fans out there.
Yeah, you bet. Let's not forget that. They've played under the best. They've won with the best. Just fresh of the memories of a 2023 IPL win. Right, one slight positive for Bangladesh, Najmul Hossain Shanto. We brought up his improving graph in ODI cricket, and an innings of 89 out of 164. He scored more than half their runs. Just the kind of dogged resilience that perhaps one or two more needed, but good from Shanto.
Yeah, I think he'll probably be upset that he didn't batted long, didn't finish the innings. He probably had got 20-30 runs more, but I thought he played really well. He literally scored half the runs for his team. That's a typical Shanto inning. He takes his time, takes the inning deep, and I thought he played really well. And for the last year and a half, he's been one of the very consistent Bangladesh players. So good to see him.
Farveez?
Superb. I mean, I've been following Najmul Hossain Shanto for a while now, since I work a lot in Bangladesh, and that boy has risen up to the occasion very well. Even in Test cricket, he's one of the best batters at the moment for Bangladesh. So I reckon this youngster is in the right path, and they got the right coaching staff in with Thatur Singh being at the helm to guide this youngster through. So I was very happy the way Shanto batted with all the responsibilities. It's good to see.
Yeah, I think Chandik Thakur Singh will have a few things to say. He would not be short of an expression or a word with that batting effort. But we did get a moment of spice, and that was in that run out. Now, where did that come from, Farveez? Is Kasun Rajitha known for that? I don't really see as much from him. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't follow as much Sri Lankan cricket from you. Out of nowhere, that seemed like he wanted to impose a reminder of what this rivalry means.
I mean, Kasundari that I know, I've known that boy for a very long time. He's very light-hearted, light-spoken, never outspoken. It's something new that I saw from Kasundari, which makes me a bit uncomfortable as well. But overall, this is what Sri Lanka Bangladesh is for. We build it up this, this is becoming a rivalry, not only in cricket, in many other fields as well. So it's good to see. I mean, you need spice in cricket, Raunak. If not, it's going to be boring.
You didn't mind that, Wasim? Or did you think there was too much from the bowler?
I think so. I think he was probably thinking that Najmul Hasan Shanto might walk back towards him and they probably get him out, which is not going to happen.
Oh, come on. I mean, but the bowler doesn't have that say, so he's literally needling him. He's saying, come on.
Yeah.
There was a bit of that, wasn't there?
I know. Some spice, which we were talking pre-show as well.
All right. Is there anything to suggest that this is not an easy batting surface? There was a period of almost 30 overs, I think, or 25 odd overs that we didn't get a boundary. The boundaries are few and far in between. We've had 12 fours and that's it in 42 overs, no sixes. Anything to suggest that chasing this 165 may not be as easy, Wasim?
I mean, there will be a little bit of help and the kind of bowling Bangladesh have with the new ball, Taskin, Mustafiz and even Shariful, they'll test the Sri Lankan batters, but I don't think it's going to be too much problem. I mean, this is the game Sri Lanka should be winning. How they play the new ball, I think it is going to be key. But I don't think it's more Sri Lanka bowling better rather than anything to do with the pitch.
Yeah, Farveez, straightforward chase then, or could be tricky?
I don't want to jump the gun straight away, Raunak. I would like to see a dogged start to start with. Taskin Ahmed is a bowler that you need to be keeping an eye on because he's someone that can extract some bounce of that pitch and some movement, especially. That's where I think Dimut Karunaratne's knock is going to be crucial. He's someone who can do that job. Dock the first 10 overs. I mean, I say dock, not to play that test cricket level, but at least have that survival mode just for a little while. And then once Dimut and Pathum gets going, we all know that they can be flamboyant. So I reckon, as Wasim said, the first 10 overs will set up the game either way. For Sri Lanka, it's about not trying to be too smart. Just take a little time because dew is going to be a factor. Come the 30th over, 35th over, Bangladesh got three spinners in their armory. Ball is going to get wet. It's going to get even easier. So need to be a bit smarter, a bit wiser, play to the occasion, play to the conditions, and I think Sri Lanka should get the job done.
Okay, that's interesting, Farveez. I was trying to see if from your answer you end up saying that they should perhaps take them on. Would you advocate saying this is the group of death? Bangladesh may have a much improved performance against Afghanistan. Afghanistan are tricky, so why not try and blaze your way, get the net run rate up? But you think it should be about getting the job done? Caution first.
If this is the second game Sri Lanka playing in the Asia Cup, Raunak, I would have said that. I would have said that go out there, get the job done as early as possible. But since it's the first game, every team will take a little time when you come to a big competition like this, just to get the groove. So I reckon, yes, Afghanistan playing in Lahore. I mean, most of the Afghanistan players play in PSL. They know the conditions very well. Hardly Sri Lankans and Bangladesh plays the PSL, so they don't know much of the conditions. So advantage of Afghanistan there. But I think it's important to get the W in your name and then go to Lahore and think about the others rather than jumping the gun too early.
Would you agree, Wasim, or do you sense there's an opportunity here to not just win, but win big? Because this is going to be a tough group, certainly tougher than the other group.
I think winning is more important than the run rate, I would say. So yeah, I mean, the conditions will favor the fast bowlers. Like I said, if you are 2-3 down in the first 10, it can get a little tricky. So I would, start cautiously, get the first 10 overs out of the way, and if you haven't lost many wickets, then you can probably speed it up.
Okay, Sri Lanka to win though. Easy.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, I think that's pretty straightforward as far as the prediction goes. Will it be a straightforward chase? We shall find out. Sri Lanka looking for their first points in this Asia Cup. We pick up the chat at the end of the game. Thank you very much to Farveez Maharoof and to Wasim Jaffer. Join us for post-match analysis on Maruti Suzuki Arena presents ESPN Cricket for Matchday, powered by JBL, and do download the mobile app if you haven't already. We'll see you at the end of the game.
Stunning looks, then swift.
Make sure you download the ESPN Cricket Info app to stay updated with the very latest from the world of cricket.